Okay, let's dive right into this explainer on the ancient Eastern concept of yuan. We're going to uncover how it's believed to dictate the unseen forces of human relationships and, well, destiny itself. Have you ever met someone for the exact first time and felt this instant, unexplainable connection? Or, on the flip side, maybe experienced a sudden, devastating streak of bad luck that felt almost targeted? Well, today we're exploring a fascinating text that suggests none of these are random occurrences. Actually, scratch that. It's more like they're the strict settling of accounts from lifetimes you don't even remember. We open with this beautiful, highly poetic proverb: brushing against shoulders in this life is the result of the 500 times of looking back in the previous lives. It illustrates this idea that every tiny, fleeting interaction you have is the result of centuries of cosmic cultivation. The source text literally says that just riding in the same boat is the result of 100 years of cultivation. And sleeping on the same pillow? That takes millennia. It paints this picture where absolutely nothing is accidental. The people you pass on the street, the ones who break your heart, the strangers who offer you unexpected kindness, under the concept of yuan, these are all meticulously choreographed events. Section 1. Defining the cosmic ledger, the rules of Wian. Let's look at the actual rules here, because while destiny sounds incredibly romantic, Wian operates with the cold, hard precision of an accountant's balance sheet. So, the crucial point we need to understand is that yuan acts as an inescapable cosmic ledger of cause and effect. It ties people together across centuries through unresolved grudges and unpaid debts. Basically, it's the root cause of all forms, and all things generating, sustaining, and eventually destroying. When you receive a grace and don't pay it back, or when you commit a wrong against another living being, you create a tie that is bound to happen and bound to resolve since beginningless time. It's a strict setup of revenge, wrong for wrong, debt for debt. Moving into Section 2, Debts of Blood and Gold, the Unforgiving Ledger. This cosmic accounting demands strict, completely unforgiving repayment, and it starts with a terrifying story of a blood debt from 614 years ago. This is where yuan shifts from abstract philosophy to some genuinely chilling historical accounts. According to the text, a man was picking out a cemetery plot and had this vivid dream. The Red Snake King, sticking out his red tongue, literally begged the man to delay breaking ground for just a day or two so his snake family could safely move away. But the man completely ignored the dream. The very next day, his workers uncovered a massive pit of red snakes, and the man ordered them all slaughtered with fire and knives. That night, the bleeding Snake King appeared in another dream and issued a horrifying curse. I will kill as many of you as you killed of us. Fast forward a bit, and the man's family has a son, Fang Xiaoru. He grew up to be a brilliant, eloquent scholar, but he had one very distinct physical trait. His tongue was red. He was the Red Snake King reincarnated. And the exact number here is absolutely key. Fang Xiaoru intentionally provoked Emperor Zhu Di into killing exactly 873 members of his own clan. But the cosmic ledger wasn't perfectly balanced yet. You see, 873 wasn't quite enough to match the snakes killed on that fateful day. So, Fang deliberately goaded the emperor again, shouting, "Even 10 tribes, so what?" Enraged, the emperor then executed all of Fang's students as well, and that brought the death toll up to perfectly match the number of slaughtered snakes. The debt was finally paid in full. To really wrap our heads around the vast, terrifying scale of time involved in yuan, we have to look at the story of Hu Mingsun. Back in the year 1651, Hu developed a biting pain in his knees. The infection grew until it, horrifyingly, started to resemble a human face with eyes, a nose, and a mouth. No way, right? After 130 doctors failed to cure him, Hu actually heard a voice coming from the infection itself. It was the soul of Lu Jilarong, a person who had murdered in a past life during the Liang dynasty. That was over 700 years prior. The soul had literally waited 7 centuries for revenge. It was only when Hu stopped seeking medical help and instead confessed his past life sins to Buddha that he finally healed, stopping the 700-year grudge. But debts aren't just about blood, they're also financial, and the universe does the math perfectly. The text shares an amazing anecdote of a poor man named Zhang King, who was financially supported by his relative Li Cheng. After Zhang King died, he actually reincarnated as a horse owned by Li Cheng, just to pay him back. One day, this horse wandered into a market and intentionally smashed a street vendor's earthen pots, but stopped when exactly 5 basins were left unharmed. When Li Cheng showed up to pay for the damages, the vendor realized something completely mind-blowing. The exact value of the destroyed pots perfectly matched an old, unpaid financial debt the vendor owed to Zhang King in his past life. The cosmic accounts were cleared, right down to the penny. Section 3. The mechanics of love and grace. The origins of love. Let's explore the origins of love now, because, debts aren't solely about vengeance and money. They also dictate the profound, often confusing mysteries of human connection and heartbreak. For example, let's dive into the story of a stunning girl who rejected a perfect, wealthy prince for his completely common friend. The prince was handsome, intelligent, and deeply in love with her, but the matchless beauty chose his perfectly ordinary friend instead. The prince was so heartbroken and just desperate for answers that he sought out an eminent monk with diva eyes, basically the ability to see into past lives. He just had to understand why he wasn't chosen. The monk's vision reveals exactly how varying degrees of past kindness dictate present-day love. In a previous life, the beautiful woman was found dead on a beach. A first man saw her, checked her breath, and just walked away. A second man, who reincarnated as the prince, felt pity, took off his jacket, covered her body, and then left. But a third man, who reincarnated as the common friend, took the time to carry her body, bury her properly, and mark her grave. The monk explained that because the prince only gave her a jacket, she only owed him a brief period of romance. But because the friend gave her a proper burial, she owed him her entire life in repayment. Which brings us to a massive, absolutely crucial question. If everything we experience, from the family we're born into to the people we marry, down to the money we lose, is strictly pre-calculated by past actions, are we just actors reading a script? Can we ever actually change our fate? Well, the answer, remarkably, is yes. Section 4. Rewriting your destiny, breaking the cycle. We're going to look at some captivating stories of individuals who managed to completely break these supposedly inescapable cycles of karma through conscious acts of free will. Check out this stark contrast in the two paths of this betrayed Yan Dynasty scholar. Heavily wronged by a friend, he set out one night, fully enraged and intent on murdering him. As he marched toward his enemy's house, a monk with diva eyes saw a vicious demon tailing the angry scholar. But right at the enemy's door, the scholar had a sudden thought. If I kill him, his innocent mother and wife will starve. In a sudden wave of tolerance, he forgave the man to spare his family and just walked away. Passing the monk game on his way home, the monk saw an incredible shift. The demon was gone, and the scholar was now being escorted by angels. A single moment of empathy literally banished a demon, summoned angels, and changed his destiny entirely. This brings us to a deeply empowering realization taught to Yuan Liaofan in the 16th century. When he was young, a fortune teller flawlessly predicted every single detail of his life. We're talking his exam rankings, his career, his lack of sons, even the exact year he would die. Because everything came true exactly as predicted, Liaofan kind of just gave up. He lived idly, figuring his script was already written and sealed. That is, until he met Zen master Yungu, who gave him this profound piece of wisdom. Fate is created by the self, and blessings are sought after by the self. Liaofan suddenly realized he could actively rewrite his ledger. He committed himself entirely to doing good deeds, practicing tolerance, and amending his faults. And by doing so, he completely shattered the predictions. He changed his career path, fathered 4 sons he wasn't supposed to have, and get this, he outlived his predestined death by 16 full years. He broke the cycle entirely. So, we want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. If the concept of urine holds true, sure, every interaction is an echo of the past, but every choice is a seed for the future. You might be paying off centuries-old debts with your current struggles right now, but through empathy, tolerance, and kindness, you hold the pen to your own destiny. So what debts might you be unknowingly repaying right now? And what actions are you taking today to rewrite your own cosmic ledger tomorrow? Keep learning, keep questioning, and we'll see you in the next explainer.